And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the upper semifinals of ESL Open Cup Asia number 200. I apologize for the extended break, but Creator and Gumiho was ongoing. They had a back and forth ace match on Hecate. It was covered over on Wardy's channel, and Creator came out on top. Gumiho has been eliminated from the tournament, and Creator is the last remaining Protoss in the event. Only Terrans stand before him, and can he make his way to the grand finals? We're to find out, because spawning in the top right hand corner of Hecate, we have the South Korean Protoss player representing Club NV. It is Creator. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Let's go. We're going for a cheeky SCV. We're going for an eBay block here across the map. ByuN, he purposely went the long way around. He avoided the center scouting path to get across the map to throw down the eBay, but there is a probe in position. Creator does catch wind of this ahead of time. He pulls the boys, and this eBay should not get too much progression whatsoever. It should be cancelled. God. Predictions open. There we go. Just let the chat know. Predictions are open for another minute or so place your bets while you can as we get this underway. So pretty good start for Creator. This could have been so much worse if he didn't recheck his natural. If he didn't have a probe in position, then we would have seen an unnatural natural force. And we have seen plenty of Terran players in recent times abuse and take advantage of Protoss players if they're forced to expand elsewhere. And ByuN is going for an interesting opener. So it was a single gas opener. Typically this leads into a Rax expand, but we went for a faster factory instead. This should be for an add-on swap, and this should be for Cyclones early on. As, ByuN is going for a proxy starport? Oh my. ByuN. If it is a starport, this could just be Hellions. Yeah, there we go. Starport is on the way. I don't think we have the gas for Cyclones, so it's going to be a Hellion drop instead. Aggression nonetheless. A very delayed expansion here for ByuN. The probe, the Adept even is going to be checking, and are we going to come across the proxy? No shot. The SCV, it's so low. Starport has been scouted. The SCV is going to go down, and this Starport is going to be cancelled. Completely just shutting down the build here and throwing ByuN into a bit of disarray. Yeah, you have to go for the add-on swap once again. Only 2 Hellions. We would have liked to have made 4, but now that there's no proxy starports, we can't go for a drop. And ByuN, he has to switch gears, and he goes oh my god. ByuN, he knows he's behind. So how do we catch back up? Third CC. Very fast third CC here from ByuN. In TvP, this is unheard of. This is very greedy from our Terran player. And now the onus is suddenly going to be on Creator to punish ByuN for his greed. We'll see if we can. Phoenix is on the way. It was a Stargate opener here out of Creator. I believe this has been scouted. ByuN, actually, he hasn't seen much of anything yet. So ByuN is in the dark, not fully aware of what's going on, not fully aware of what's coming his way. Looking at the units tab, we have Marines that shoot up, but only Marines, no Widow Mines. Cyclone will come out just in time to deal with that Phoenix. What I wonder, is that enough of a oh my god, that's a lot of hits. The Phoenix sees a second Rax, but did not go in deep enough to see much else. Yeah, as Cyclone zones it away over and over again. Creator, he doesn't see how fast this third base has been taken. An insanely fast third base here from ByuN. I wonder if Creator can piece this together. I wonder if he can still punish his opponent. As I fight back a sneeze. Aliens are being shut down. We can pick both up. Oh god. Okay, we're good. I fought it back, man. I fought it back. Back at home, it is going to be a Stargate open into a robot. We're going for a safety immortal. This is going to be for a third base and for eventually Colossus production. Now, there are some Protoss players that skip the immortal, but we can see that Creator, he doesn't want to cut any corners, but he should, because ByuN is. ByuN is cutting corners. ByuN is delaying so much here in favor of a better economy, and yeah, Creator, he's just playing it safe. Still not fully aware of what ByuN exactly is up to. ByuN's building up a Marine army for the time being. And that is a second, a little bit of a mistake there, a misstep here from Creator. As we have a second bay on the way. Hopefully we do notice in time and we're able to cancel it. Not the best use of our resources at the moment as the third base is on the way. Immortal getting in position. We're going to be just repositioning here. And yeah, Creator, he just wasn't able to get to the main. He just was denied entry over and over again. And I think we won't be able to cancel this. Oh. Okay, less than ideal, but it's okay. It's okay. You know, sometimes we make mistakes and we try to make some lemonade. That's how it goes, right? That's there it is. Colossus production now underway. We do have 2 rovers. You know, really we're just thinking further ahead. Eventually ByuN is going to drop into the main, right? And eventually he's going to snipe some kind of tech. So I may as well have 2. As back at home, ByuN, he's landing his third base on location. Observer getting in position. And I believe, yes, Creator, he will see that the third is already done. Orbital is already morphed in. And Creator, as he takes his third, ByuN is keeping up in the economy and getting his own third base. And this is terrifying. So, typically, as the Observer is going to go down, typically a Protoss player wants to be ahead of base. They want to be ahead of base. They want to be up in workers. For ByuN to expand this quickly, macro-wise, he's going to be looking to snowball out of control. And we try to punish. It looks like one SCV goes down, but ByuN, he can keep up at every turn. And Creator just hasn't really been able to find too much damage. The window is closing. The window where ByuN was vulnerable is now closing, and soon the turns will table, and ByuN will hit the field with a massive army. Now, before that occurs, Creator's moving up. Again, we did mention before that because ByuN is taking a fast third, Creator, he has to try to punish this. He has to try to get some damage done. Now, it is risky. You can see how small this army is. It's 1 Immortal, 1 Colossus, a handful of units, a handful of gateway units. It's not a lot to work with, and Creator, he tries his luck, he doesn't find much, he will back off, will turn back around. Doesn't want to risk it, not against this army. Meanwhile, behind this Phoenixes, they try to get into the mineral line. They will get some SCVs, 1 at least, as the turret does complete. And this is a massive timing here. 1-1 finishing up Stim and Combat Shield. Hallucination does spot the army. Creator getting ready for it. Second Colossus is out. Third Colossus is on the way. ByuN is looking for an opening. It's going to be rotating over towards the would-be 4th base. Behind this, Creator is working on charge, +1. Templar Archives is done, which means we can warp in some Archons, potentially Storm. There we go, we dip on forward. Adept goes down. We have a secondary army coming out on the right-hand side as well. Can Creator keep up? Can he do what Heroes struggled to do against Cure? As so far, Creator, he has spread out his army. Again, we don't quite have Storm, but we can, I guess, feedback with these High Templar. ByuN going to be threatening a dive. Prism is moving out. ByuN, can he... Oh! Keep up. And he's just posturing. Just trying to keep the attention of Creator here towards the south while ByuN gets ready towards the north. Behind this, Colossus production has stopped, and we're getting into Disruptors. Only 1 Disruptor at a time. 4th base is on the way for Creator. Observer is going to go down. Now we have a Doomdraw. Creator double expanding. Oh my god, forced to cancel even. As Creator tried to take a 5th, and I understand it. I do think the Creator, he has to catch up. A fast 5th base, that would have been it, but he's not going to get away with it. Behind this, Ghost production well underway for ByuN. He hasn't committed, bear that in mind. Like, ByuN, he's up in army supply. He hasn't gone for any big fight yet. He's still just building up his forces, waiting for those ghosts before committing. He's aware as well just how powerful the defensive position he is here for Creator. He has the high ground. He can make use of these choke points, these ramps with these Colossi and Disruptors. ByuN, he's just waiting for his opponent to be caught out of position. Second starport on the way for Vikings, for eventually Liberators. We're getting there. ByuN does rotate over towards that natural as well. There is an army waiting for him though. Never goes up. Up. Massive connection. 3 ghosts go down. Oh my god. Can't really get better than that. We do fall back to an overcharge. Shield battery pops off. Another Nova will zone away the army. And Creator will hold. Getting a good trade overall. He lost the disruptor, yes, but he got 3 ghosts for his troubles. And is getting up to 4 bases. Meanwhile, ByuN just now getting his own 4th. Definitely something that we could have thrown down a little bit earlier. It's halfway done. But ByuN is maxed. ByuN, who was just hyper fixated on maxing out a Doom Drop head towards the natural base. Creator, he does not see this. He doesn't see, he doesn't know. Doom Drop into the natural. Main army towards the 4th. The tech is looking exposed. Nova goes up. Big connection. But the Templar Archives is going to go down. At the same time, the main armies do clash as well. We avoid the Nova. We just barely avoid it. We push on in. Big EMPs on the Archons. And the job does divert its attention to the main base as well. It looks like the Creator, he's going to clean this up. Did lose a lot of tech, but does hold on to his economy. That's what's important. The economy is held on to. Creator now taking a 5th base. Really interesting expansion pattern here from Creator, but it makes sense. He's expanding with his army. As his army pushes out, he throws down a base. Drop though, it does come back into the main, and finally, looks like ByuN is going to be breaking through and getting some economic damage. You can see Creator trying to force his way up the ramp, but a bit of an overextension. The splits, oh my god. The splits are looking insane. We avoid the Novas. But the Colossus still stands strong. Creator still trying to force his way up this ramp. We have the CCs on the way. The drops are being cleaned up. Now it's all about the defense. Can ByuN hold? The Novas. Splits once. Oh my god, the splits are still looking damn good, but ghosts are falling left and right, and it looks like Creator has broken through. GG gets called, and Creator will take game number 1. GG. I'm loving the playstyle here from Creator. Again, just not taking the most orthodox or exposed bases, always expanding with his army, keeping his fresh mining bases safe as well from ByuN. And ByuN, I do think he overcommitted. We pointed it out when it occurred. When ByuN went for the Doom Drop into the natural, he killed 2 gateways and he killed the Templar Archives. Again, the Templar Archives, that's a big pickoff, to be fair. We didn't have Storm. And then we actually dropped into the main. But if you notice, no economic damage was done. No probes were killed in that Doom Drop, and that was a costly trade here for just 1 tech structure and a couple of production buildings to lose that much supply, to lose, what was that, 5 medevacs full of units. On top of that, on the front lines, Creator was doing a great job at keeping and preserving his Colossus. His Colossus, they stood strong, the Disruptors as well, good Novas, and Creator did snowball out of control. Again, very good positioning and overall army control out of our Protoss player, and he is 1 game away from advancing onto the Grand Finals. And here he is. In the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the South Korean Protoss player representing Club NV. He needs 1 more. Uno más, papi. It is Creator. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. Getting away with a lot of greed in that last game, but unable to really capitalize on it. It is ByuN. Of course, the power of ByuN, it's... Okay, we got some talking to do. we got to go over a couple of things. The power of ByuN is that he's a very hyper-aggressive player. You could see that time and time again, he was looking for an opening, he was trying to go for some drop play, he was trying to catch his opponent out of position, he was eventually committing into a Doom Drop as well. Now, ByuN, he thrives, especially when his opponent is aggressive. You know, if he's up against Hero, for example, you have the Protoss player pushing out, you have them trying to go for counterattacks and trying to vie for map control. Creator is a very different kind of Protoss. I have compared Creator to Showtime in the past, especially in PvZ, and it is also applicable to PvT as well, where Creator, unlike some other Protoss players, he was just turtling up back at home. I say turtling. Like, he was expanding, yes, but he was never moving out. He was never pushing past the halfway mark outside of the early game. In the early game, sure, he was moving out with Phoenixes, he was harassing, but outside of that, he was absorbing and keeping up with the movement of ByuN and just staying back at home, securing himself until he maxed out, waiting for ByuN to make the first move. And ByuN did, because of course he did. It's ByuN. It's like ByuN, he's itching for harassment, he's itching for aggression. And eventually ByuN, he did break, and by break I mean that he went for the Doom drop, and Creator, more or less, he was ready for that. He was out of position, but, you know, he was able to clean it up is what I'm saying. His army was at home. And it's almost the antithesis of ByuN, because as I mentioned, ByuN, he wants the Protoss player to be a little bit more active, because that means that their base is that much more vulnerable, and that means that ByuN can really flex his multitasking, right? That's what he's best at. His best at is multitasking, his control, just pulling apart the attention of the defending Protoss player. But Creator, because he wasn't aggressive, because he was looking to absorb all these blows, he was able to keep up. GG. GG, well played. That is game 1 in the books, and now we're here in game number 2. And to be fair, like, I know that I'm talking, really what I just said was a little like generalities of like their play style, but there's a lot that came into game 1 as well, right? The fact that ByuN was initially hyper aggressive, and his proxy got scouted, his proxy was shut down, and he had to be hyper greedy behind it instead. He got away with the greed. Creator, he couldn't scout it, he couldn't punish it, he couldn't deny it, and yeah, it was a beautiful game. Very back and forth. A lot of layers to game 1, but here we are in game number 2. We have our tech of choice. It is not a Stargate, not this time. It's a Twilight Council. So we do have a Blink opener here from Creator. It's going to be Blink, most likely 2-gate Blink into a 3rd, but we'll see if Creator decides to be a little bit more aggressive with 3 or even 4 gateways. Meanwhile, back at home, we do have ByuN going for a Rax Expand into a 1-1-1. So overall, an economic opener out of ByuN into some drop play. And this is something that he wanted to do in game 1. He was denied, but here we go. A Hellion drop. We have Hellions moving out. The hallucination comes in and does spot the Hellions. Is going to be chasing the Hellions and does come across the medevac drop as well. Everything has been spotted, and now Creator can get ready back at home. We have Hellions on the ground and Marines in the air. Full wall off here. The Hellions, they will not be able to get into any of these bases, and Creator, all he has to do is keep up with the medevac. The wall has been spotted, and ByuN, yeah, he's going to just try to work through it. So again, a really good scouting out of Creator. With that, he should be able to keep up. The gateway itself taking a lot of hits. We do have the drop into the main, but Creator keeps up. He denies the drop into the main base. The Marines, they get some damage done on the gateway, but not much else. Hellions are trying to bypass the army. They go straight for the natural. There was an opening, and Creator out of position. Wasn't able to wall off. 3 Hellions, they one-shot probes, and they're lighting up. No! They are lighting up. 5 workers go down. We're going to get 6 towards the end here. Barely not. Oh, we're gonna get it. Barely. 6 workers, 7 workers even for 3 Hellions. A good trade. A very good trade here from ByuN. Initially, there was going to be 0 economic damage done. Creator, he had such a strong defense early on. He was able to keep up with the drop, able to wall off. And then he canceled the wall. Then he moved out. He exposed himself. He was caught with his pants down, and ByuN took advantage of him. So, again, just turning water into wine. Really good execution there out of ByuN. And we'll see, can he survive the counterattack? It is going to be 3-gate blink, not 4. 3 gateways does mean that we can blink into the main. We have high ground vision. There is a tank, and the tank is going to go down. 2 volleys, and the tank does fall. Boys are being pulled. SCVs are forced off the line. Medevac as well. Ay, ay, ay. Creator getting a lot done here in blink control is on point. We will lose 1 Stalker, but we get 5 SCVs. Creator able to reciprocate that damage, but it's not over. We have a Raven into the natural. Stalkers are warped in, and the Raven goes down. Oh my god. The probes that pull back just in time. There is some lost mine time here, but well worth it. Creator sniping that Raven is huge. ByuN falling apart a little bit at the seams here. losing a medevac, a raven, and a tank all within a minute or so. Not just that, we lose another tank. Oh my... That Hero, is that you? This is how Hero usually plays, just seeing the opportunity and just diving on it immediately. Creator, my oh my, just picking ByuN apart here. And behind this ByuN, he goes straight for a third TC, a little bit earlier than normal. Not as early as game one, but oh my god, another tank is gonna go down just as ByuN moves out. Ay ay ay. And I wanted an ace match, but we may not even get that. Marauders going down one after the other. This is an overextension. A lot of Stalkers are going to go down. We have forced a recall back home. More Stalkers falling here. A big overextension from Creator. Finally, something going ByuN's way. But looking at the units lost tab here, that was still 3 tanks. Marauders, Raven, Medevac. I still want to give the edge to Creator. It could have been better if Creator didn't dive in as far as he did, but still will give him the edge, as we have a double drop going towards the main base. We have an army waiting at the third, we have some forces here waiting at the main, storm on the way, fourth base being taken, and the drop, there is an army ready for it. Well, Creator does miss the drop though, as it slips into the main base, but we do have storm. Oh my god. Massive storms here onto the army, trying to focus down those High Templar. Quick warp in of that Archon. But these Marauders and Marines, they're going ham on these Stalkers. Up! Overcharge 1 second too late. The Stalkers go down and the Medevac will escape. At the same time, here comes the reinforcements headed for the fresh mining base here of Creator. They're looking for a cancel. Storms are available. ByuN really ramping up the aggression, trying to pull apart his opponents. Can we force the cancel? We should! Ooh. There it is. The fourth base will not complete. Looks like the drop into that third base was cleaned up though. And Creator, where do we expand from here? Do we take that center base or do we expand over on the right hand side? But now going for a big counterattack. Proxy gateway has been set up. And ByuN, his tank count was reset earlier. Mind Shield's going to be going up. Oh my god, big connection, taking down the High Templar as well. A bit of a blunder from Creator. He has 1 High Templar left, 1 Storm remaining. ByuN even pre-splitting his army, avoiding that Storm. And he is forcing this back. He gets a Sentry as well. Really good pickoffs. Yeah, Creator has to back off. He didn't want to, but he throws down the fourth base. A very late fourth as well. Again, could have been much sooner. Another mine! Oh my god. And ByuN is stabilizing. ByuN is now stabilizing. He's up to ghost production now. And with these ghosts, the High Templar, they don't pose as much of a threat. They're still terrifying. We still have to respect the storms, but the ghosts have arrived. Here we go, ByuN are going to be pushing on out. Fourth base being taken. He's going straight for the... He wants High Templar. He wants it. Doesn't quite commit. Takes a storm to the face. The ghosts have arrived. Shows the EMPs. They do connect. Gets 2 High Templar, but a storm still does land. ByuN, he cannot close the gap. Can't close the distance. ByuN is still looking for another way in. As, oh my god, ByuN is going to be eating the storms to the face here. We still have 1 left on the left-hand side, but the High Templar does get picked off. Good snipes from ByuN. Taking down a lot of those High Templar. At the same time, ByuN trying to get his own fourth base up. Running Zealot run by runs into reinforcements. Doesn't get any damage done. ByuN with the secure economy, now getting his own fourth. Speaking of, Creator should be working on a 5th. Should be working on another Nexus. as Colossus production has commenced. Creator still relying on High Templar. Gets a feedback. Gets a decent storm as well. And we still have some more storms available. Big EMPs up the Marauders from the right-hand side, but yeah, the storms are just looking too good. ByuN taking too much damage here to his main army. Does deny a warp in. Oh my god. Does deny one of the warp ins. As Creator's trying to come in from behind. But ByuN is already working on Vikings. I love that he already has some anti-air for this Colossi. Instead, Creator getting into double robot production, double disruptor production even. Warp Prism does get into the main. SCVs are going down. A lot of lost mine time. As ByuN sends everything back home. The entire army turns around, and the Vikings, they will shut down the Prism. Well, these else, they got 7 SCVs. They got a lot of breathing room for Creator as well. And from here, Creator, he should be looking to either expand or double down. And hey, we're doubling down. I mean, Creator, he hasn't seen the 4th, is the problem. He hasn't quite seen that ByuN is keeping up with the economy. But now he will. He will take note of the planetary. Oh, taking a lot of hits to the face. Expanding from here is going to be difficult. ByuN pushing out. How many ghosts do we have? We have 6 ghosts. Can we avoid those Novas? It's barely rotated around. He scans. He's also looking for the 5th base. Trying to figure out where exactly Creator is going to be expanding. Oh, a bit of miscontrol there. The Stalkers go down for free. Ay. Expensive losses here for Creator. Not ideal. But if I can still go his way, Novas go up. Oh my god, massive connections. The Ghosts, the Marauders, they take the Novas to the face. And suddenly, it's worth it that we lost the Stalkers earlier. It's okay. Creator is maxed out. We're going for a big Dune drop though. Creator, does he turn around or do we commit? We're going for a base trade. Big storms here on the army. The Ghosts are getting caught out. Oh, this is a disastrous start here for ByuN. Bleeding out too many high-tech units. But the base trade is upon us. And again, Creator, he can always recall back home. 20 workers go down. The Novas, the Disruptors. Nova's going to be going off big storms as well. And Creator, the goal here to break the main. To get on top of the production. Oh my god, the storms are endless. The storms are insane. We got a warp in behind this as well. There are a couple of mine shots that are going to be going off. The Creator, he does bust in. And meanwhile, across the map, likewise, ByuN is also pushing into the natural. But GG gets called. Creator, he takes control of the main base. There's no coming back. And Creator will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, as ByuN is going to be eliminated and Creator makes it through. Very well done. I mentioned before, but game 1 was so interesting to me. I did see someone say something crazy. It was like Protoss got destroyed all game, they got A-moved in game 1. I don't think you were watching game 1. Game 1, there was so many layers to it. It was great to see. Here in game 2, it was a very different Creator, right? With Creator, he, instead of being hyper defensive, he was hyper aggressive early on, shutting down so much, getting, what was that, 3 tanks, Ravens, Medevacs. The pressure was suddenly on ByuN instead. And what was interesting, as ByuN was taking a 4th base, is the fact that Creator didn't take a 5th, right? Creator, he was opting not to get up to 80 workers. He was opting to cut probes and cut economy in favor of maxing out instead, building up a death ball of an army and pushing across the map. And then we ended up in the base trade. And even in that base trade, we saw ByuN bleed out far too much. Ghosts and Marauders going down for free. And yeah, in a base trade, every unit counts. Every unit matters that much more. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations. Congratulations to Creator as he makes it to the grand finals. Makes it to the finals, and we have one series left. We have another TvP. Thankfully, we avoid the mirror matchup. I was a little bit concerned that we would have a mirror matchup for us instead, but it is going to be a TvP between Cure and Creator. Let's go. Let us go. Cure quickly becoming one of the best Terrans in Korea, arguably the world. And Creator likewise looking hot tonight, taking down Gumiho and ByuN. Specifically, Creator relying on his PVT to carry him through this tournament, and can he pull it off again against a player who has the best TvP in Korea? Doesn't get easier, you know. Essentially, Creator, he's been leveling up through the course of this tournament. First Gumiho, then ByuN, and now the final boss, Cure. Cure is the final boss, and again, you know, you're just gonna get more and more tested here in your TvP. Oh boy. Let's go.